Hey, so I had a few questions after my last video about the compression storage I'm using and how it works and some of those kinds of things. So I wanted to talk through it really quick. And I'm going to start this off with a caveat that none of this stuff is stuff I've created by any means. I may have put two different modules together that other people have created and all of that. Um, there's a lot of good inspiration from people way smarter than me that have come up with a lot of this stuff. I actually kind of got the idea from Rapscallion does a lot of storage stuff, and there's a, a storage Discord that's really great. I'll find it, put a link in the bottom here, and they'd even yell at this because the hoppers aren't locked and it could cause lag and some of those kinds of things. But yeah, this has been what I'm using. So let's talk about it real quick. What is it? Well, what I'm doing is I'm loading in all the items in the front here so I can access them. And this can be a shulker, this can be a barrel, this can be a chest. Doesn't matter. The key here is that I'm putting the items in here. So say I need a stack of stone. I go in, I grab a stack of stone, I walk away, I do what I need to do. Same thing here. I've got another chest. I've got a chest up here. Say I want to grab some more stone. Great. I grab the stone from there. So I've got kind of a cache of items in these two storage areas. And then, say I need more than that. Say I need 2 or 3 or 4 shulkers worth of whatever item I'm storing here. Well, I can just come here and I can grab the number of shulkers that I want right here. And so how does this work? Well, first I'm gonna go ahead and clear the inventory of that chest, and when I do that, it's going to start draining this hopper into this chest, which is fully expected, right? So as items are coming in from a farm or wherever, they're going to flow down and they're going to flow into these hoppers here, this hopper and this hopper, and then into whatever storage you have them pointing into. The key to this whole thing is this hopper right here pointing away, not down into either of these hoppers, right? And so what that's going to do is it's because of the update order of these hoppers. Let me get on this side because it will be easier to see. Because of the update order of hoppers, instead of this pushing an item that way, this hopper is actually going to suck the item down before it has an opportunity to push the item that way. And it's going to be that way until this chest fills up and this hopper fills up. So if we come up here and I just load in a bunch of items, go ahead and get them cycling through, you're going to see these fill up. And let's just go ahead and do tick rate, and we'll just set it to as fast as we could possibly set it. So we're just going to fly through things, right? And let's go ahead and turn this off now that we've got a bunch of items, and you're going to see this is full, this is full, and we've got items that are flowing. They've already flown through. Let's go ahead and tick rate back to 20, which is 20 per second. And if we come here, we've got a shulker. Let me go ahead and turn this on so we can kind of see the items flowing, right? So the items are coming into this hopper, and then they're flowing down this way now because this hopper's full. And they're flowing this way, they're going down, and they're flowing into this shulker box. And then this shulker box is going to get broken because this comparator reads a signal of 15 when it's full. We've got redstone dust on top of this block. So that one's 15, this one's 14. So when this hits 15, it's going to put that signal of 15 into this block. It's going to change this redstone dust, which is going to get seen by this observer, which is then going to power this hopper. This observer is going to see that that was powered, which then is going to extend this piston and break the shulker here. It's also going to be seen by this observer, and that's going to fire the dropper and the dispenser to then shoot a new shulker box up when that's full. And it's some update orders here in a particular order that make sure that that works the right way every time. So let's go ahead and just tick rate, and I'll set it, and we'll see that run a couple times. It's going to run super fast, but you can kind of get the gist of what's going on. I should fire again here in just a second. And see. All right, so tick rate 20. Let me go ahead and grab one of these, and we can break this, and this will run a little slower now. Might be easier to see, but when this gets full, you're going to see this turn on and everything run. So, and it does that every time it gets full. The boxes then go through and come all the way to here. So that works really well. The downfall to this system is that you've got to make the shulker boxes, and you've got to fill up this barrel back here, and then it fills up this hopper, and then it fills up this hopper, and then it fills up this dropper, and then that dropper shoots an item into this dispenser, and it's you only get 27 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9 plus that many shulker boxes before you have to come back here and refill it or create multiple little chest chains going off from this. So the thing that I've done that I haven't seen anybody else do, let me turn that off, that I haven't seen anybody else do is, now that we have the crafter, I've replaced these hoppers and this barrel with a crafter, and the crafter is set up to make shulker boxes. And the only thing you have to do, let me remove this real quick. The only thing you have to do differently than that system, if you put a block on the back like I had it and you hit the button, everything works the exact same. It primes the system and you're good to go. You can also just take an empty shulker box and put it into this dropper, and everything will be good to run. But let's go ahead, and if I put a block here, it's going to set up just like it does over here. If I hit this button, break, turns back, primes it, same thing here. Break, goes back, and that just added the first shulker to this dropper. And so now if I hit this again, everything's going to work like expected. So now we've got a shulker box, nothing in here, and one in here. And that's going to continue that way. So if we break that, we don't need it for any reason. And we can do the same thing. We've got barrel, and this is just collecting the shulker boxes. This doesn't have to be a barrel. I just have a solid block here, so a barrel works well. But we've also got items here. This is already set to start feeding into this shulker, so I can do the same thing here. I'm going to just start feeding items. And let's tick rate 10,000, and you'll see it just does the same thing here. If we sit here, you'll see when this fires here in just a second, we will go ahead and it'll subtract one off of here, and it's just making shulkers. We've got one here, nothing there, and it's just more efficient, in my opinion, to do it this way. And we're just loading up barrels are the shulkers in the barrel here. One of the questions that I wondered when I did this is, okay, well, we've got these shulker boxes being made here. Maybe I've got a farm that's super efficient, and I don't need, I want more. So we can add a hopper, and let's see which, I don't want to put a bunch of stone in there. Let's grab a barrel. Let's do a chest. So we've got a chest, and we can set that chest right up here. And the only thing you have to do, I mean, this is looking exactly like this one now, but the only thing you have to do here is make sure that in this hopper you have at least one of each of these. So we can come here, we'll put that in, put that in, put that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do that in this hopper. But then we can come through here and we can say, All right, let's do a whole chest full of shulker boxes, and you don't have to arrange them this way. This is just an easy way to know that you've got all the requirements that you need to make shulkers, because this is how you make shulkers. And you'll see as we're doing that, it's just dropping one there every time it uses a shulker box here. It's just draining into here. So now we can make an ungodly amount of shulker boxes worth of whatever farm we're building here, just with these three, using the crafter, a hopper, and then a chest on top. You know, that's a lot of items that we can store, and it's just going to keep filling up this barrel. Now, you've got to be careful. Now we can create a whole lot more items here. We also need to be able to store a whole lot more items here. So you might want to have to go through and let's just go ahead and set this up. So now we've got more room, and we may need to do a whole lot more room. But yeah, this is I haven't seen anybody doing this yet with a crafter in the back, and it's working really well for me. So yeah. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to show you. Just kind of what I was doing there and how I'm using the crafter. So, all right. Have a great day, y'all.